Parmesan see spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Get yourself a serving, maybe two. Talking Bulls basketball is what we do. Get your garlic bread and your dish of the week on spaghetti and meatballs. Oh yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't forget the Parmesan cheese.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode talking about your up and down favorite team, Spaghetti and Meatballs, here to break it down with your host, Trevin and John Z. What is going on, big guy?
Well, I think you said it, up and down. It's been a lot of down lately. We got an up.
Yeah.
We're going up, though. Last night was a turning point.
Yes. Thank you, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm growing. Again, you and I talked about it pregame. I'm not concerned, but for him to play 91% of the time last night and logging a lot of minutes. We have a couple days off before we have tonight, we have tomorrow, and then Cleveland on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know it is a little concerning. He's, not in the early part of his career where you're not concerned about that because there's still a lot of basketball left to play. So
for sure,
hopefully with a deep playoff run, but I don't know.
And
that is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Let's not get out over our skis here. Do you have any shout outs, or let's start with the shout outs?
You know what? I don't have a shout out this week. I do have something from the Twitter line.
I have one too, but I have a shout out. I'm trying to find it in my phone here.
Okay.
I put he just earned a shout out. So avid listener to the show, Josh Thumbag, who we gave a shout out to earlier.
Yeah.
Said to me, this is the other night, I got a Spaghetti and Meatballs shout out for you, Fox. And I put who? Okay. And I don't know if you know this guy or not, but I think you probably do. His name's Riley Barron.
Oh, Riley Barron. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Riley Barron. We're giving him a shout out. He said the show, and this is a quote. It's pure genius.
Pure genius.
Yeah. So
all right, Riley. Appreciate it, buddy. Man, so that's him, Josh Thumb, Phil Hoxie. Good, because we've given him a shout out as well on the show. So
they've all gotten a
appreciate
shout out.
It.
So
that's awesome.
Welcome to the pod. Glad you're listening.
No doubt.
Right, let's get in because as always, we try to explain to the fans that we are both trying to tweet at the same time, and sometimes it won't let us from our separate phones. So sometimes you see the people inboxing, and sometimes I see it. So why don't you go first, and then
all right? Yeah, it's not an ideal situation, but we handle it. We make it work. So this was some wise guy comes after us. I don't know who he's a fan of, but definitely not us. Stoner Boy 87. He says, "Hey, monkey nuts, here's a riddle for you. What's red, white, and black and sinking like the Titanic? The Bulls. Trevin, your nose is so big you look like Elf with less hair. And John, good luck with the Ronald McDonald audition."
These, it's like every week we're talking
shot at the Bulls, shot at me, shot at you. Yes. Again, physical appearance, come on. Whatever.
Yeah, we're above that.
Yeah, we don't stoop to that level, but
and I can only imagine this troll that's out here.
Yeah, Stoner Boy.
Yeah,
right.
Avril Lavigne's. Oh wait, that's Skater Boy. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
We can't. Wow, what a dirtbag.
So what do you got there?
Okay, I saved this one, and you're not gonna freaking believe it.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. A couple of weeks ago, we had the fake Khloe Kardashian one that got me. I got fished. This one I double checked, and it's real. So this is our first real celebrity.
I gotta put my coffee down for this.
How he got it? Somebody, and it maybe it was Casey. Like somebody, one of our guys on the inside must have tuned. Freaking Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking about Muggsy Bogues to my son the other day.
No, here's what he says. And just a bulldog out there.
Oh, so he love him.
And finally, guys, I simply love the show. The content, the humor, the passion reminds me of my old playing days at Dunbar High. Keep it up. And hey, Trevin, got any kind, bud?
He knows me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, man, I don't think I could have come up with a better first celebrity tweet. First verified.
One. Yeah, verified. Blue check mark. Not that Khloe Kardashian crap we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I was in the car the other day driving to school, and Reed was like, how tall do you have to be in the NBA? I said, well, usually the taller the better. However, Muggsy Bogues, 5'4", so.
And there was, I read a book, and it was about him and his high school teammates, and it was like he was picking you up the minute that ball was inbounded. And it was like, he might not have created a turnover, but the other point guard was like so terrified of it.
Oh, yeah, they had to work so hard. Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Insane. So
my brothers used to be a huge Charlotte Hornets fan back in the day with him, Zoe, Grandmama.
Yeah, UNLV, baby.
Yeah, right.
All right, enough of the feel goods.
Yes.
We had a brutal 5-game slide. And a couple times you and I are texting each other. Maybe not necessarily must win, but we really need this one. We really need this one.
Yeah. I know. I remember talking last week that was, trying to put a positive spin on the difficult schedule was, well, it gives us a chance to get right every night.
Yep.
That didn't happen. We didn't get any of those big wins that we wanted. And it seemed like all of them were, we kind of hung within 8 points for most of the game until the fourth quarter, and then it was just game over. So
you and I also talked about pregame. We're not getting a ton of at least consistent contribution from the bench.
Yeah, and I think that's part of, to go off your point from earlier, why DeMar is needing to play so much, is because they're not getting anything from anyone now, and we don't have to get into it yet, but health-wise, help is on the way.
Well, you know what? So, get into it. What are your guys? Your guys? Yeah. I'm not going to call them out again.
I got some good reports this week, John Z. Good reports, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard it, but Caruso is back to practicing, full clearance. So sometime next week, I would expect his return. Now that, it might not be in the early part of next week, but, I think by next weekend perhaps. So,
though, something that pissed me off with your guy.
Yeah.
Is
let him have it.
We have our little game night that you and he and I do virtually. And
yes.
For the fans that don't know, we play Connect 4, and it's a round-robin tournament, and this guy Joe Cool doesn't even show up.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure what that's about.
You can't do a round-robin Connect 4 with just me and you.
No, I know. So, I don't know. We definitely have to. Maybe we'll bring him on. And we'll do like the whole blackface thing, or like change the voice. Not blackface.
No, we're not doing blackface.
The blurred face.
Yeah, blurred face. What is he? I don't know if you had time, because I was like, Vooch started out hot last night, and then I saw him going to the locker room, and then he came back, and I know he was on a minutes restriction.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything, or has your guy heard anything?
I mean, it's going to be something they're going to have to deal with for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But they were trying to limit him last night for sure. But again, the problem is, there's nobody, especially last night. I don't think Tristan Thompson had a particularly good game.
No.
And then Tony Bradley came in for some ugly minutes, but I don't know. Hopefully, like you said, with the rest, because they've only played a couple games in the last week, so
yeah.
Hopefully he'll be able to get right.
Yeah, we can get so nothing serious. We can get right. We got Caruso coming back. We got P. Will coming back.
Yeah, limited contact for P. Will.
I've been really impressed with Tristan Thompson, like defensive leadership he's shown out there.
Yeah, and I don't mean that he had a bad game last night, but he didn't impact it the way he has in some of the other games. So, but I don't know. Hopefully those guys coming back, because we need some help on the defensive end. It's just not consistent enough. you and me were talking in the pregame how Zach LaVine sometimes can lock it down like a, all defensive team member. And then other times it looks like, he doesn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, we were texting. It was like at the end of either the first half or the first quarter against Atlanta, and he just shut Trae Young down. And I was like, ooh, this guy could be all first team defensive player. And then last night he's just getting abused like left and right.
Yeah. He did come up. I'll give him credit. He did come up with a big defensive stop on Cunningham last night. He made some kind of drive to the right side of the lane, and Zach contested it pretty well. But you just don't see it consistently enough.
But I will say, on a positive, Io's defensive pressure has been consistent nonstop.
Yeah. I mean, you asked it last night to me. Best on-ball defender in the NBA?
I was not. I mean, I was kind of.
But, right. I mean, now he's a long way to go to claim that title, but he's definitely trending in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, it was – who was it against last night? Was it against Cade Cunningham? It was against somebody, or maybe Jerry and Grant, like one of their premier players. And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Because I know Trae Young had like a great game, but also he was pulling shots, like we said, out of his ass. Step back, turnarounds.
Fourth quarter he couldn't miss. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Pull up. Yeah, so.
Whatever. I'm not.
Like we said before, we're not worried about the Atlanta Hawks.
No. And so we got a lot to look forward to. What do you think key to the games coming up? So we got Cleveland, which up and coming young team. They're to be reckoned with in the East. Sacramento, Utah, Phoenix, or maybe vice versa. I can't remember, but
there's Utah. There's a couple of easier games in the next few, but still not much easier. But I'd like to see, and I know that part of it is like he's not fully healthy, but I'd like to see Zach get going, consistently on offense. Not that he's been terrible, but for the Bulls to make, you need your stars to be superstars in the end of the season and, through the playoffs. So
no questionable shots out of Zach last night.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes he's trying to force it still.
Like the three, I think he's so much improved on, but still forces it. Like, I don't need a step back three out of Zach LaVine.
Exactly. I mean, it looks nice when he makes it, but he doesn't make enough of them to justify it.
I need more out of Kobe on a consistent basis. I love Kobe White. I was pumped we didn't trade him. Yeah, there's games where it's like he rattled off 6 3-pointers, and you're like, this guy's the microwave. Right. He's the best since Ben Gordon, And then there's like last night where he had that one nice defensive play turned into a layup, and then you hear nothing else.
Yeah, he's kind of has that tendency. I think was it? I don't know if it was against the 76ers or I can't remember who, or maybe the Bucks last, but he didn't score until like the third quarter.
Yeah. And you can't
maybe even late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. I can't remember, but way too late for him to be scoring his first points.
Even if you're getting 30, 20, and 20 from DeMar, Zach, and Vooch, you're at 70 points. You're not beating anybody. Like
you still need a good 40 to 50 points.
Yeah, and that's got to come from somewhere, and a big chunk of that needs to come from Kobe White.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully, getting those guys back healthy will. I don't know. I don't know if it'll magically solve all their problems, but
it's gonna help.
Can't hurt.
You got our 3 best defenders out of the lineup.
I mean, really. And the way that Lonzo, right now teams are playing them a little bit differently on defense, where they're either double teaming DeMar or Zach, keeping a big guy on Vooch and kind of letting anyone else beat you.
Yep.
And to our points, yes, exactly. So, I don't know. When Lonzo gets back, he'll be able to run the offense more. So hopefully they won't be able to do that, use that defensive plan as much. But, they definitely been – I mean, he was huge last night, but they weren't making it easy on him.
No, for sure. All season. I mean, they haven't really made it easy on him. So we got a lot on the horizon to still be positive. We're still the 4 seed in the East by a half game now.
Yep.
but we got some winnable games coming up. I haven't looked into Boston's schedule too much, but I think we can still very easily secure a top 4 seed and home court advantage.
Yeah, I think so too. And what is there? 17 games left, I believe.
Yes. And like I said, I am going April 8th to the game.
Yeah, the Hornets game, I believe, right?
So I will give, some play-by-play.
Yeah, that's going to be that's one of the last games of the season, right?
Yeah, the last home game. And I think normally
is there a giveaway?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Got to be on the last night.
Normally, I wouldn't like that type of game, but I'm thinking in this scenario, they're going to want some time for the guys to gel again and get back together.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think the more minutes you can get all these guys together, the better.
So should be good. So we got a lot to look forward to. I'm not, like I said, I'm not jumping ship. I know everyone brings up our record against the top 4 seeds in the East, and it's we're 1-13. It's not great.
Yeah, it's not pretty. However, a lot of those games, I mean, at least half of them, we've had one of our top, two of our top guys out. Early in the season when it was Fooch and Zach's missed some time with his health issue or with his knee issues and stuff and back issues. But
and out of the 3 teams in front of us, I think who scares me the most is Philadelphia. I'm not I don't know what it is because they're the number 1 seed, but I'm not worried about the Heat.
No, I'm not. They were talking about him on the radio today, like they were the team to beat in the East. But I agree. I think it's Philadelphia is the team to beat because
and Milwaukee. You can't. The East is tough. You can't count out Milwaukee. And people, I know we're 1-6 over our last 5, or 1-5 over our last 6, but you cannot count out the Bulls with a healthy Alonzo, Alex Caruso.
I agree. I totally agree because it's not just getting some guys back; it's getting very important pieces.
We're not talking about Tony Bradley's back, or even a Javante Green,
our backup center.
Yeah, we're talking about 2 starters and a 6th man here. So
right, exactly.
We're all right.
So in 17 games left, what do you think we have to go to maintain a top 4 seed? 9 and 8.
I think a little bit better than that. I think a 10-7 and 11-6, to be honest with you.
Okay, all right.
I don't think 500 is going to cut it with the way Boston's been playing. And I don't know if you have the schedule up. I'm sure we have a Boston game coming up.
Yeah, because I think we've only played them twice so far this year, right?
I feel and I know we have some easier games coming up too. So let me look here.
Yeah, we have
if we do have 7, if you're right, which I am checked up on I'm trusting you here. If you're right, and there's 17 left, let's see,
7, 8, 16 left.
16 left. I think we can win the next 2. I think we can beat the Raptors March 21st. I'm just counting W's. I think we should get. I think we should beat the Pelicans. I think we should beat the Knicks and the Wizards.
Yeah.
The Clippers could go either way. Celtics, I think we have to win. The Hornets. Yeah. So right there, we're 9. In my opinion.
Yeah, so you're going to have to win a couple of those borderline games, one against Boston. Maybe you can steal one from Utah or Phoenix.
Right, and you know what I did when I went through that out of those 16 is if they were above us, I counted as a loss. And if they were record-wise better than us, I counted as a loss. So that's not saying, I'm just saying we probably won't be favored in those games.
Right,
so
right.
If we can go 9-7, we might be able to get a 4 seed. And that Boston game is going to be big. And there's a Milwaukee game. There's some games that are.
Yeah, right. And if we're going to need to win a couple of those, which we have struggled with, as previously noted in those games. So hopefully a healthy roster will be able to.
I just don't think that, obviously the demographics not going to be great when they look at the Bulls against the top seeds going into the playoffs. But I don't see it being the Bulls are 1-18 against the top 4.
Yeah, right.
3-15 maybe, but I don't think we're all those games.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're talking about a 0.05 winning percentage or something like that.
So I think we're going to be okay. We can go, and we'll update the guy. What do you think? We got 16. I say 9-7.
I agree. 10-6, I think, would lock us in. 9-7, depending on what Boston does. But yeah, I think you have to go at least 9-7, because I agree 500 probably isn't going to get it done, and you'd like to have that extra home game in that first round.
I just got onto the Celtics site, so let me see. They obviously are somewhere in the same vicinity of games left as us. So let me see here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think a 10-7 secures it. A 9 or 10-6 secures it. 9-7. Okay, so they have Detroit, Dallas, Golden State, Sacramento, Denver, OKC, Utah, Toronto, Miami, Indy, Washington, Chicago, Milwaukee, Memphis. So they probably have a tougher road.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of easier games in there, but overall, that sounds like a tougher schedule.
Yeah, yep. They have Golden State, they have Dallas, they have Memphis, they have
Memphis.
Utah. They have some tough game. Milwaukee, they have some tough game. Us. So that Boston game could be huge.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
looking at the standings here, the Cavs are only a game and a half behind us right now. So
yeah, tomorrow night's a big game.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, I just texted our sponsor. We're in the last few minutes here to jump on. I told him today he can kind of have free reign. There's no numbers out for the Bulls game. Obviously, we're too far out.
Yeah,
I've been losing money left. I lost 2 games today. I bet on college games.
Oh man, you'll have that.
Michigan screw me up 15 points. Oh, just whatever. All right, there he is.
What's up, MeatBulls?
What do you say, Cabby?
How we doing?
I told him I gave you a little free reign today. What are you going to dabble in? NCAA, NBA, NHL.
What do you think? We got no Bulls games, and we're getting right into the heart of March Madness. We got 2 NBA games.
Get excited.
NBA is done for about a month. Nobody cares about it. Absolutely done. We're in March Madness now, boys.
Yep.
All right.
All about the big dance.
Have you guys been watching today? John, I know you got a tight schedule there. You probably
I told him
big meetings all day.
I lost 2 games already today. I took Michigan -3. They had a 15-point lead in the second half. All-time choke job.
Yeah, I got 3 games I'm gonna talk about here. So Foxy was on Michigan, right? Oh, big pick. Juwan Howard's back. They've been had a couple upsets lately. Up 17 in the second half. Didn't score for 9 minutes. 9 minutes they didn't score. 31-9 run for Indiana to end the game. Shocker. Texas up 18 at the half. Loser.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was all over TCU too.
That was the play. Florida down 9 with a minute to go. Take it to overtime. Lose in overtime though. Texas A&M pulls it out. A lot of big comebacks so far.
Man. Yeah, you gotta love the excitement.
Love it. Gotta love it.
This is a great week.
Yep.
Hey, before you get into it, are you doing the Calcutta out there? Am I Venmoing you a big chunk of change? Are we splitting some teams again?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, I got class that night too. Perfect. I can be.
Give you something to do.
Got a couple games I like tonight. All right. First one, Virginia Tech taking on Notre Dame. Okay, Virginia Tech, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Notre Dame, heavy relying on 3-point shooting, okay? Big reason I like this one. Virginia Tech playing their second game against Notre Dame, who has not played yet. Virginia Tech is favored in the game, okay? -1. They got their legs on it. They got to shoot in the gym. They got 1 game underneath them. Notre Dame's going to come out cold. Typically in these you get the bigger arenas in the conference tournaments in the NCAA, tends to throw off their sight lines, okay? Notre Dame too reliant on the 3-ball. Virginia Tech.
You got the Hokies -1?
-1.
All right.
Yes. All right. I got Maryland getting 2 points against Michigan State, right? You just look at the game. Guys, he's bored. I got a game. I got to bet on, I'm betting all day long, I got to look at the next game. So I'm going to pull up. What do I see? Maryland against Michigan State. Michigan State's got the better record. Go ahead.
And I just want to say, contrary, I know you're. I watched Maryland, Michigan State. I think was it Saturday or Sunday, senior night. Maryland ended up winning the game, but they were shooting. They shot absolute lights out from three. Lights out.
What was that last weekend?
Yeah, it was last weekend. It was senior night.
In Maryland,
they were all feeling it. Huh?
Maryland was shooting lights out.
So you like Michigan State in a revenge game, right?
I do.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. To me, this is a little bit of a Johnny Cochran game. I'm not going to go out and say that this is a Johnny Cochran special, but Michigan State, the big name, right? Tournament time, Coach Izzo, the better record, only favored by 2 points, neutral floor. Johnny come lately is going to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to take Michigan State, right? Too easy, -2. Give me the Terps. Plus.
All right, you got it.
All right. So the Terps +2.
Yes. A late game I love. Washington Huskies against USC. Biggest Bernie Madoff team in the country, USC. 25-6.
Bernie Madoff.
Don't ever cover the spread. I'm telling you, these guys are the frauds. Washington +7 might even get the victory.
All right.
I don't know enough about Pac-12. But wasn't there a big that city rivalry game, UCLA? Who won that game last weekend? USC, UCLA, big game. UCLA won it.
Yep. Yesterday, Stanford comes back from like 15 points down to beat Arizona State. And they gave Arizona all they wanted today. Arizona pulled it away late.
How much do you think Arizona goes for in the Calcutta if they win the Big 12? No one's seen this team play.
No, but they're just going to go. They're going to be the 1 seed. They'll go fry.
Yeah.
A lot's going to depend on what Duke does the next couple days. Kentucky, I love Kentucky. They get their guards back healthy. Look out. I'm on the Wildcats.
All right.
I know I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know what the seeds are yet. I like Purdue too. I think Jaden Ivey's the best player in America.
Yeah, they just got them. I mean,
that big guy though is so hit or miss. What's his name?
The games that they've lost, I think they've lost like 4 games at the buzzer or in the last 10 seconds. I don't know. I just think they've had some bad losses. If Ivey's tough, but if they get that Safransky or whatever, the white kid, his shot's not on. I don't know. They scare me. But they could win. They're a good team. Next game, St. John's. Coming off a destruction of Angel Eyes' Blue Demons last night. Only getting 6.5 points against Villanova. Colin Gillespie, 2-time player of the year. George Clooney lookalike Jay Wright. Everybody loves them.
Basketball, baby.
Only laying 6.5 points. Give me the Johnnies. Next one, Colorado against Oregon. Oregon without their best player. They pulled away against Oregon State last night, but Oregon State is absolutely brutal. Gary Payton is ashamed. He won't even wear an Oregon State shirt anymore. Hat, nothing. Won't even tell him that's where he went. Give me Colorado Buffaloes against the Oregon Ducks. -1 point.
All right.
And then I got my favorite play. Money line, 3-team money line parlay. You could get it at even money. Baylor Bears, UCLA, and Texas Tech.
Play in Texas Tech.
He came packing heat today.
Oh, man, he was ready. I love it.
I like.
Yep. Hey, I just looked and saw UConn's -4.5. You got any quick thoughts on that?
UConn against Seton Hall. I kind of glanced at that game.
Anniversary of the Kemba Walker step back.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
Kemba Walker, exciting. He ain't walking through that door tonight. So,
oh man, what a run! Didn't they win the national championship that year?
Yeah.
They were like an all-time run.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
they were like a 4 seed in the Big East tournament. They came out, won that.
Yeah, they didn't lose they ran the table.
And then they
through
won
the Big
a couple
East
years,
tournament and the tournament.
couple years later with who was his Napier?
Yeah, Shabazz
Napier and crew.
Yeah.
Big win.
Yeah, you know what? I like the old UConn team. Couple Bulls, Jake Voskuhl and Khalid Elamine.
Yes.
Yeah,
now you're talking. Hey, Rip Hamilton.
Shocked the world against Duke in '99.
Ricky Moore. Oh,
yeah.
Loaded squad.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep, remember that game well. Who do you like, Foxy? What are you on tonight?
You know what? I haven't even looked. I had a busy afternoon. I honestly, after that Michigan, I was in a downward spiral. I do like Michigan State only because I watched that last Maryland game and I thought they had the momentum of senior night and they were just bombing threes. So if they needed a performance like that with the emotional weight of senior night, I just think, like, you brought up a lot of good points, but I just think Tom Izzo knows how to win tournament time. I don't see him losing first. I'm not saying they go deep in the tournament, but I don't think he loses first round of the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, I just the number seemed a little low to me. Seemed like too public.
Yeah.
How about my Tar Heels? I didn't get a text. I didn't get a congratulations. Nothing.
Yeah, you must have been going wild.
Beaten. Oh no, because I had Duke on the money line, so it kind of screwed me. But that's never gonna happen again. One time, all Duke had to win was one game, Coach K's last game, and they couldn't do it. They're never gonna get a redemption. It's over.
What they came out?
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Was it like 13-2 something? So I got on immediately live bet Duke like -4.5.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they can't lose, right?
Of course. I didn't think so.
Well, yeah. This is okay for you live bettors out there. This week, next week, going on, you're going to get these games where you think the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed against the 7 seed. All this, they're going to get down. You could almost blindly bet a lot of these games first half on the underdog. They're going to cover most of the time, and they're going to be leading against teams that you think that they shouldn't. A lot of times at halftime, okay? And then what's going to happen? You're going to get, oh, yeah, perfect. They're down 7. It's only -1 live. I'm going to hammer them. And then they lose. Don't go chasing.
That's good advice.
Okay?
Good tip right there.
Don't go chasing.
Hey, when it comes to tournament time, I don't do, you know what I do? I do my brackets. I'll follow my Calcutta team. Might do a blind draw or something. I don't do the best because anything can happen, and all the experts don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you got that right.
Oh, because you can't put emotion into a line.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and it seems even more, too. There's so much more parity. Like, there's not a clear top 2 teams that it could be any one of 10 teams probably,
Yeah, but,
they're all kind of equally matched.
Yeah, you get the 12-5 game, and, that's the notorious upset game.
Yeah.
It happens every year. You get these big conference Power 5 schools playing, Murray State. They don't know. They're thinking Murray State. They don't have a player on our team that could even play on our team. How are they going to beat us? Happens every year. Look ahead.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for hopping on. That's Jesse from WagerHub888.com. Thanks again, Trevor. As always,
that's Al Dente.
See you, boys.